I'm seeing something that I know is not going to end well. Hello YouTubers, welcome to my channel. I hope you are doing well today. I wanted to talk about the Vax Live event that was over the weekend and to just look a little bit into what was actually talked about by our famous couple. A lot is still yet to be learned. Why are they now the chairman for this event? Like, what brought them to the point where like they are the chairman? Like, how do you get that position? What, like, you just say, okay, I'll take that job? And I'm thinking, okay, so they're humanitarians. I listen to their speeches. There's just something that I feel is amiss about all of this with this couple. Something is just amiss because they are talking about a lot of things that they just can't seem to be for themselves. And their titles and what they stand for just does not seem to represent who they are. They seem to be putting on a facade of some sort that makes them feel comfortable. It's like, we're gonna put this title or attach this theme to who you are. And it's a mask, because behind the mask, it's nothing like what we actually are seeing. And it's very obvious because a lot of the things about their life is very public. It makes the news. And part of this is because they have their own PR people. So they are part of the engine to get things out about themselves, to paint the picture that they want us to see. But with our famous couple, it is a little different because there's this constant drumbeat of news and messaging and drama and issues that is just always there. Hence, this is why my channel and those who have channels like mine, why there's so much to talk about, because there's this constant media blitz of information that is purposely put out there for this couple because of the agenda that they have. But as they are creating all of this drama and as they are putting out their stories and their narrative, I find that they are doing things that become scandalous, contradicting who they actually are. It's like this cat and mouse game of this image and brand. And I wanted to bring out just a couple of definitions, things just to kind of have sitting there while I talk about this, okay? The couple basically wants to be known as humanitarians. They were essentially humanitarians, which is, by definition, showing compassion. You're compassionate, you're sympathetic, you are generous, you have a generous behavior or disposition about you. The quality or state of being humane. This is what Meghan actually said, part of what she said, speaking to the healthcare workers. You know, you spent the last year battling courageously and selflessly to protect us all. You've served and sacrificed, put yourselves in harm's way, and acted with bravery, knowing the costs. We owe you an incredible debt of gratitude. We're also coming together because this pandemic will not end unless we act collectively with an unprecedented commitment to our shared humanity. Now, I don't know about you, but when I read part of this speech, this to me is showing the exact opposite of what this couple has shown when they were put up in their situation that they were fighting against. They did not show that they sacrificed anything. They didn't show that they were willing to put themselves in harm's way and to be brave, understanding the cost, because they were essentially given a platform to act upon. But instead of being self-sacrificing, which they are commending the healthcare workers in their speech, they did not choose to do the things that they are also speaking on behalf of, or speaking to the people about what they have done. And to me, it just looks like they want to put on this mask to show what they want to represent. But behind the mask, that's not what they're representing. They are representing things that are not true to who they are. But they want to put on the mask to show that this is what we are representing, but not walking the walk of what they are talking about. Because they have been put in situations to act just as brave and self-sacrificing as the healthcare workers in which they are speaking to, and commending them for being so brave. And everything about them has been the complete opposite of that. And this is why, at this point, it's so serious and detrimental that they not be coddled in their quest for a platform, because they had a platform and they couldn't quite stand up on the two legs that they had each to walk within that platform to do the work that they were supposed to do. Now, you can say it was because they couldn't take it anymore. They were just traumatized. It was affecting their relationship. Or you could say they were just being selfish and they just knew they didn't want to do it. They were saying they wanted to do it, but they didn't want to do it. And they were just like, okay, we're going to make them an excuse and we're leaving because we don't want to live this lifestyle. However you want to put it and look at it. The fact is that they didn't stay. They went against everything that they spoke about during their engagement interview. They went against the things that they had committed to the people of the UK and to the Queen. Because remember, in the beginning, Harry fully made his wife aware of the sacrifice and what she was getting herself into.
I tried to warn you as much as possible.
Harry had already been in it. He already knew the game. And his wife knew as well. She even had classes and etiquette classes that taught her a lot of the things that she was going to have to be doing. She didn't just get thrown in there like Princess Diana did and not know. They prepped her. They helped her. And this is why she had been the new protege, so to speak, because they tried and tested way of how it was for Diana. They knew how to make it work when the next generation came in and what to do. They were better prepared. We are seeing a very tragic story play out before our very eyes. Like I said, like we can see you. We see you. And we see all the things that are happening that are going to be consequential to their demise. Because they are not in a position now to stand and to be the things that they are telling other people to be, because they couldn't do it themselves. Whether they didn't want to or they weren't strong enough to do it, the fact is they just didn't do it. And they're like running this race. They're like grifters. They're just like seeking the opportunity and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But why? What for? Is it just to have success, power, greatness, and to keep climbing and to keep climbing? To what? Like, where is it going to get them? At what point does it become enough? And my whole reason for saying this is that I really believe that they need to step back and they need to reevaluate and they need to take care of themselves. They need to look deeper within themselves before they try to go out and put on this facade and this image of helping others and being the humanitarian that shows self-sacrifice and selflessness and bravery. They need to take care of themselves, because within this relationship, while we're watching on this stage, is turmoil behind the mask is happening, because that of which they are seeking they will never find, and that of which is going to be continually broken within them and their relationship, because I cannot see this relationship thriving and flourishing while wearing this mask of perpetration, because at some point it's going to burn and crash, because it's not authentic inside. It is essentially within rotting. It's essentially within and underneath this mask. The whole innards of everything in which they represent is soft and cracked and not really held together very well. And it's like they're just trying to make it, trying to survive, grifting through Hollywood and relationships and opportunities and contracts and images and media and PR, while all at the same time, their families have fallen apart. Their relationships have fallen apart. Nothing is authentic and withstanding to really help keep them strong to do the things on the outside that they are trying to do. It becomes very dangerous for Harry and his mental stability and his health, because we know when he went back for the funeral, he saw the treatment that he got. He saw the reaction of his family towards him, and that doesn't go away. That just kind of sits on a shelf while you trying to perpetrate through your life. Because at night, when you're all alone by yourself, you're thinking about that. And these are things and thoughts that are going to eat him up. And at some point, he is going to start portraying that on the outside. And it's going to start being felt within his relationship with his wife and his children and his friends around him. We've already seen news reports of people, Harry before he got married and Harry after. They're two different Harrys that we are seeing just naturally from basic news stories. Can you imagine what it's like when the cameras are not in their face? What it's really like? And we know his wife, she can just put up the facade. She can be like within just all broken, but she's going to put on that smile, because she smacks that smile on her face, and it's like, you know, like whatever is going on inside, she's smiling, because she keeps smiling. She ain't gonna stop. She gonna keep smiling, because she's just like, I gotta hold it up. I gotta hold up. My life is good. I'm thriving. Everything is great. I'm happily married to a prince, and we have 2 children, and we have the money, the house that we've always wanted. I've got name recognition. People know me. I've got a platform, and I'm a grifting, and I'm a thriving, and I'm moving, and I'm trying to find and find and find and find and find and find and seek and seek and seek and seek, but all the while crumbling on the inside. How long can you sustain that? This is what I was thinking while they were giving their speeches at this concert. It's not authentic. It's certainly not what they represent in their own lives. And people can say, well, you just hating. You just being jealous. This is what it is. It is exactly what it is. If you really want to know the truth of what has already been reported, rather than condemning me for saying it, look at what has happened and transpired in their lives to understand. Should they really be saying these things now in their lives, considering all the things that have broken and crumbled around them? Is this the moment in time in which these two should be on this platform trying to represent something which they can't in their own lives sustain? or even want to? Is it really helpful at this point to overlook all of that and to just say, they doing good, they fine, they just fine? At this point, is it really healthy to just say that and overlook all the things that we've seen happen? There is a storm brewing behind the eyes of this couple that they are forever trying to cover up with their thousands and thousands of dollars of PR that they pay for, and the fights and the lawsuits that Meghan has apparently won now. These are things that she is fighting for to keep the image that she is trying to portray. This is why she fights so hard for the rights of her privacy and the copyright, because she's got this image. She has got the facade to portray to the public, while all not really trying to heal what's on the inside. The relationship with her father, her sister, her husband's family that is completely broken. The last moments of the life of Harry and his grandfather. The harm that has been done on the royal family, the institution. The wife of Harry's brother. All the while is being elevated because she's rising above it all. And Harry sees this. And Kate will let him know. And he'll see it in Kate. Trust me, he'll see it in Kate. Everything that he wished his wife had. And that's going to break him. That's going to make him feel less than. Because he has a close relationship with Kate. And he sees that she is everything that he wants his wife to be. And it will never happen. She'll never have the love of the UK people. She'll never have the preservation. She'll never have the self-sacrificing, the humility, the commitment to service. She'll never have those things that Kate has. This is also going to hurt Harry. Now, while his wife might not be affected, because we know this is her ammo, she's in her element. She never has been in this element with children. She's never been in this element with a husband. You know, she's been in this element alone as a single woman, or married, living away from her first husband or second husband. But she's in a new dynamic now where she's doing this. Will she be able to sustain it? It is, to me, very obvious from watching them give their speeches. Now, Harry said to the crowd, none of us should be comfortable with thinking that we can be fine when so many others are suffering. In reality, and especially with this pandemic, when any suffer, we all suffer. We must look beyond ourselves with empathy and compassion for those we know and those we don't. We need to lift up all of humanity and make sure that no person or community is left behind. And this, my friends, is exactly what they are not doing. But they are going to speak it. They are going to try to be it. But deep down inside, when they are alone at night with their thoughts, especially more so Harry, that everything in which they are speaking and trying to be, they know that they are not.